We are kicking off 2026 with an crazy epic van build. It's built by a company called Van Speed out of Huntington Beach, California. I can't wait to show you guys this, but before we get into that, let's meet the man behind the van, Daniel Cam. Wow, look at that. Daniel is a good friend of mine, as well as a business owner, entrepreneur based here in Southern California. He has several businesses. One is Solid Coffee, right? And you have two locations with that, one in Huntington Beach, California, one in Cerritos, California. So if you guys are ever looking for some good coffee and you're in the HB, swing by Solid. That's where you'll find the good stuff.
I've been in printing and packaging and design for the last 20 odd years, sourcing, been in executive coaching, manufacturing, tech companies.
Entrepreneurship.
Yeah, a lot of different things. I like building things out of nothing. You know, there was a friend who had a company called Soon, S-O-O-N, and never knew what it was, and he told me it was something out of nothing. And I thought that was kind of cool. I've always been in the outdoors. I love getting outside, fishing, hunting, beach, mountains. I love it all. So prior to the van, had experimented with travel trailers and whatnot. And I think it was about 2018, 2019, where just the burden of attaching a trailer all the time and hooking up the trailer, and then when you got to a destination, you know, detaching it, it provided a little bit of freedom when you detach the truck and, you know, go roam around, but it was still a lot of work, and I have 3 daughters, and it just wasn't as quick to pick up and go. And so I was looking at some options, and I think the van, I think this is maybe before the whole, you know, explosion of van life the last 5-6 years, but the idea of having a van, and so I was like, oh, I'll look into that. And it's one of the best decisions I ever made. When I came across Van Speed, not only did the aesthetics and the interior really strike me, coming from a design background, and just felt I think that what they call is California coastal vibe. And so they really were innovative in that side of the design, making it look beautiful yet functional. What made me decide ultimately to basically do the entire build with Van Speed was their ability to not only build it, but to support and maintain it. This is a 2020 or 2021 Mercedes Sprinter 170 XD 3500 XD. So this originally was a dually.
What has been your favorite trip?
Oh, my favorite trips, man, a lot of them been great. My favorite's probably down in Baja. I love going down to Baja. The slower pace of life down there. Love the food. It's beautiful down in Baja. You got everything from beach to mountain to forest, and Baja's probably my favorite. Well, starting with the bumper, went with the Van Speed. A little bit low profile. I didn't want to have such an aggressive look, so went with the Van Speed. I think it's called their Baja bumper. Added some Baja design lights, got some LP9s up front, got some squadrons down by the, whatever these are called. What are
Fog
these?
lights.
Fog lights, sorry, fog lights. A Van Speed skid plate down there. Got it custom painted red, just to add a little contrast color.
So one of the things I do love about this van is the stance. It looks like a beast, but it's not like over the top. It's very appropriate for the build. So why don't you start us off with the wheel tire combo, move into the suspension.
All right, it got fitted by Shadow Mark Industries. They focus a lot on suspension. So we got King shocks. I think the 2.0s up front with auxiliary reserve, tires and wheels with Reika wheels, and big brake kit by Rotara, and some Toyo tires. Well, Van Speed running boards. If you look right here, you got some nice what is that, road rash? Not road rash.
Oh, you got it chewed up? Nice. Oh yeah, look at you got some rock damage.
Yeah, it's from trail right there.
Now, one of my favorite add-ons in my personal build are these pop-outs. The capsules,
yep.
The Van Speed capsules. You have them as well. This basically just gives you a couple more inches. So somebody like me, I can't sleep sideways in the van because it's not wide enough. But with these capsules, it gives me that few extra inches so I can save a ton of room in my interior that I would have to use for a bed, and now I can sleep sideways.
So this was converted from a dually. As you can tell, the wheel well is deeper for 2 wheels, the dually, and we converted that to a super single. Rayco wheels, 17-inch wheels, tires that match the front, King suspension, and got Deaver leaf springs in the back just to support all this weight back here. We added some air hoses back here. We have a compressor up front, just onboard air to...
So what do you have? You have the ARB dual compressor?
Yeah.
And then you run all the valves to the ends of the van so you can just plug in from here to the tire.
Yep, back here, there's one on each side, so.
All right, guys, so this is now like the off-road compartment of the van. Tell us a little bit about what you got up here.
So this is the carrier, the rear carrier, I guess, of the van. You can attach all kinds of accessories on there. So I was able to put a huge Pro Eagle on here. It does look a little high. It's a nice workout to get this jack, but definitely have used it several times to get my van up as well as some other vans lifted up. Got a propane tank holder for some nice fire pits. I got a box right here with a lid. Just extra recovery gear, ramps, whatnot up in here.
You got a recovery shovel.
Digging yourselves out of holes and sand.
Very cool. Spare tire carrier on the, spare tire carrier on the other side of the van.
Spare tire.
With the ladder up to the deck.
That's right, that you never use.
We have a side ladder that leads up to the deck.
All right, what we got up here is we got a rooftop tent. It's a pretty big one. Sleeps 2 adults very comfortably. I got solar up mounted on top of it. I got some Max tracks up here that are looking pretty old, but they still work, and got Starlink up in here. All
right, so now we're going to the inside of the van, which again is my favorite part of Van Speed builds. So let's start here with this bench seat and cabinet and work our way backwards.
All the control panels are up in this little. So moving down the van, we've got the galley over here. We've got induction burners. We got a nice large fridge, sink and cabinets and drawers all up in this area. It's kind of the general pantry. On this side, I opted to go for a shower. And so I figured I don't shower in here all the time, but when I need a shower, I had a shower. And even though it took up space, it acts actually as a really nice storage area. So moving back, got cabinets for clothes up in the upper and the lower over here. We got a lot of overhead storage cabinets for food, supplies, all that good stuff. Moving further back, this is the bench slash bed area. And because this was a dually, the wheel wells are wider than the normal 2500 vans. And so this style of box cabinet was necessary to kind of hide the wheel wells. So this slides out, this will connect, this is in the way right now, but this will connect over here, and this kind of pops down, and there's another one pops over there for the bed, and becomes actually a really large, basically a queen size bed. Outside, we were talking about the capsules, and so the capsules in this situation, I'm not sleeping at the level of the capsule, so I'm not getting extra width this way to sleep, but I am getting a nice bedside side table over here. To cool little thing that I put back here, because some creature comforts. I put a nice little TV arm for my iPad. So, you know, we could, with good old Starlink, you know, not too far away from having a cool little entertainment system. Now we're in the cockpit, and the purpose of this van was to take on a lot of trips, and which we have. And so decided to outfit it with a bunch of things. I know it can look crazy, but it all has its purpose. So we have phone mounts. We have this rail system right here that kind of attaches different things like navigation. I use my iPad. We've got Starlink on the roof that kind of powers a lot of this stuff when we're out in the middle of nowhere. So just having kind of all the controls at my fingertips has been very helpful.
So guys, that's it. This is by far the nicest van that I've ever seen. It is loaded with everything you could imagine. Daniel, thank you very much.
Of course, of course.
Guys, thank you very much for watching. That's it for me.